Most of you guys know that I love the Dovii cichlid. Now, if you don't know that, well, I love the Dovii cichlid. The other day, I went to one of my local fish shops, which was Maidenhead Aquatics. They have an array of aquatics over the UK. This one is in Wigan in the northwest, and it is classed as one of the better ones. When I went in there, they had a huge Dovii cichlid. So as you can imagine, I was in awe of it, and I'm going to show you this huge Dovii in my local fish shop and talk about my feelings on them and give you a couple of little facts about this amazing fish. So I'm pretty excited to do this video because this fish is epic, and when I walked into my local fish shop, the Maidenhead Aquatics, I was in awe of this fish because this is humongous. Now this is the Parachromis Dovii, and also known as the wolf cichlid. This is a monster fish, so I go on all the time about this fish and I don't have it in my fish room, and the reason is I don't have a tank big enough. So we'll get straight in to the tank size for this. Now I don't really like talking about tank size, but in my opinion, and a lot of the stuff in this video will be my opinion, I think the minimum tank size for one of these should be minimum of 7 foot long and at the very minimum 2 foot wide, but I would say 3 foot wide and then 30 inches high. That would be the minimum to house a fully grown one of these. A fully grown one of these in an aquarium is going to get to around 2 foot, but it's going to take a long time to reach that size. So these fish can live up to 30 years. They can live anything up to 30 years, obviously, if they're treated right and they're looked after, and part of that is giving them a decent tank size, because at the same time they are a very, very aggressive fish. So they are glass bangers as well when they want to be. But honestly, one day I may just get one of these in this fish room. I feel like sometimes just giving everything up I've got and building a rack right across it just to have one of these. That's how much I love them. But yeah, you don't see these. Honestly, I think I have only ever seen a couple of big Dovies in my time. So that just tells you how often you get to see these in the UK at this size. And it's not often you can walk into a fish shop and see one like this. I reckon that most of my subscribers probably watch Andy Wood cichlids. He has got a 20-inch Dovii, so if you haven't already seen it, which you probably have, head over to Andy's channel and check out Wolfie, because he is an absolute beauty. And the real sense of size in that video is next to Andy's head. It's bigger than Andy's head, it's just massive. So check that out if you haven't already seen it. So that just gives you a proper look into the size of this fish. It's a Central American cichlid, and it comes from Costa Rica, Nicaragua, those kind of places. And honestly, they are just brutes. They are just aggressive. Now, the question I have that I want to ask you guys is, do you think that this is the most aggressive American cichlid out there? Now, I say American cichlid because people will throw the butty coffer at me, but that's an African cichlid. Is there a more aggressive cichlid than this that's American? Let me know in the comments what yours is. I mean, obviously I've not kept one of these, so I can't say this. Actually, the most aggressive cichlid I ever kept was a pike cichlid, and that was a few years ago. It was absolutely brutal. So yeah, the Dovii cichlid, the Parachromis Dovii, the wolf cichlid. This one is on its own. You often see these in pairs. The Parachromis species make fantastic pairs and fantastic parents as well. So I was just, I mean, the people in the shop must have wondered what I was doing, because I just went in, I crouched down and I just watched this fish for ages, and obviously pulled my camera out and I wanted to show you guys this beautiful fish. This is probably the biggest one I've ever seen. I did see a decent sized one probably a couple of years ago in another local fish shop. So they are out there. They're not. You would think, though, with the size they get, that you would see a lot more of these in the local fish shops, like you do Oscars, that type of thing, because I do see young Dovii being sold in local fish shops, and I often wonder, where do these end up? Where do these go? Because, like I've said with my Jaguar cichlids before, and I don't want to grow them on because they're tank busters, but they're nowhere near as big as what a Dovii can get. So yeah, absolutely stunning, stunning, stunning American cichlid. And for me, it didn't make my top 5 in the last video, and it was an honourable mention. It would be in my top 5 if I was able to get one. But I have got a 7-foot stand, so I could potentially end up getting some Dovii at some point. I think it's something that I have to do. It's something that I want to do, and it's got to happen at some point. But like I've said before, it won't be happening anytime soon. So yeah, this is Maidenhead Aquatics in Wigan, which is in the northwest of the UK. If anybody wants to go and check it out, it's not for sale. It is a shop pet, so it's going to be there all the time. They've also got some other big fish in there. There's a big Parachromis. There's a beautiful, huge pair of frontosa cichlids. There's some big silver sharks. This, like I said in the intro, is one of the best maidenheads in the UK. And they've also got lots and lots of bread and butter fish as well. So yeah, that is my take on this stunning fish, which is the Parachromis Dovii. Tell me what you think, guys, in the comment. How gorgeous is this fish? Let's go and wrap this video up now, guys. How amazing and epic was that Dovii? Maybe one day we'll get one in this fish room. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I just want to say a massive thank you for all your support. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, consider subscribing. The numbers are going up. The channel's doing a lot better. And I appreciate everybody for that. So, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to see you all on the next one.